was the 1990s, a big show in a small town off I-75 in Georgia. They were called the biggest cocks in the henhouse. But things have changed since then. It's been 30 years, and they finally found a home here, like everyone else, doing a podcast. It's Erica and Mark, the phone call podcast thing.
I'm sorry, I can't come to the phone right now. I'm basking in the Florida sunshine right now, where it's 82 degrees in the middle of January and couldn't be. I see why everybody moves here now. Everyone should move here. I think more people should move to Florida because we don't have enough people. It's freaking 38 degrees and cold in the middle of the day here. What is going on?
Well, we probably gave you some of what we had.
Yeah, I saw New Orleans had a lot of snow. We didn't get any snow, but it almost snowed here on the west coast of Florida.
Yeah, it snowed in the Panhandle, I think, over to, I don't know if it made it as far as Tallahassee, but they were showing.
Oh, no, it did. It made it all the way to
Pensacola.
Jacksonville.
Oh, did
No,
it?
north side of Jacksonville, it was snowing, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw it was still it was still strong because I saw where Pensacola Beach had the same, what did I have, a little over 7 inches.
I saw the snow on the white sandy beaches. It was crazy.
I know. It was, I'm going to tell you, you're right. Because yesterday, man, I was just loving it. Snow day. Chance to...
You're retired.
Snow.
What is a snow day for a retired guy?
Well, I get a chance to play in the snow. So I hadn't done that in probably, let's say, at least 55 years.
Are you making snow devils or snow angels? Snow devils or angels? Okay, just making sure.
I didn't do any of this test. With my
you shouldn't do that right now.
Mark, signs in the snow.
Mark's making the devil horns with his fingers. I'm telling on you. What's your priest's name?
No, what's funny about the snow angel, though? You know what's funny about the snow angel?
No, is this a joke?
Yeah.
What's funny about the snow angel, Mark? Is this a joke? Oh, no. I regret answering the phone.
I'm sure the snow angel looked good after I did it, but trying to get up out of the snow.
Oh, yeah.
If you notice the picture, the snow angel kind of looked mongoloid.
How long did you lay there before you called for help?
Well, my wife took the picture, right? And she goes, "It's too cold. I'm going in." I'm going, "Well, but." So you know how when you're a kid, what do? What does the person do? They reach down there, you cup hands, and you yank them up, just like you would like when you're playing football or when a man's down, you help him up, right?
All
just
right.
a little hand.
Yeah.
Well, she doesn't. She apparently doesn't play that way, and she just went right in the house. So I go, I don't want to ruin the angel, so I try to get up, and I could get up to sit down, in a sit-down position, but I couldn't figure out how to get out without messing up my snow angel. So and of course then I got a bum shoulder.
You are so old.
So I go over to the left and try to push it, and I'm up, and then I fall over.
You fell over too.
You saw the snow angel, right? It wasn't my best work.
Yeah, I saw it. Yep.
So today, I was planning on going out to build a snowman, right?
Yeah.
Didn't even bother.
Okay.
Didn't
well,
bother.
You're okay then. That's all that matters.
Bother.
That's all that matters.
Because it's like my time was up because I realized I'm just too old to play in the snow. So I'm ready for it to go away because I'm trapped in the house again today. All the roads are filled with what they call black ice. And
right.
For people that don't understand when I talk, I didn't say black guys. Black ice.
Black guys are a different thing.
Yes. This is black ice. It's basically looks like the road with a covering of, because of the ice is dirty, it looks like it's the road. And just like hydroplaning, but I don't know. Ice, I think, is a little worse than hydroplaning.
I'm sure everything is fine because, you've got enough black guys where you can tell, the difference. There's apparently a few black guys in Louisiana I saw on the TV. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. It's a thing there.
Not as much as there was in Mississippi, but yes.
Dude, you're basically in Mississippi. If you go look at where you live on the north side of New
Oh, I
Orleans,
know.
you're damn near in Mississippi.
When I moved to Louisiana, both places, I apparently moved close enough that I could get out of here within 30 minutes into another state if I had to.
Well, but Mississippi's it's another country, really.
You remember when I was living on the other side of the state? I was literally 20 minutes from the Texas line.
Right. So you got to be close to Getaway at all times, apparently.
Yes.
Well, the snow was crazy. I saw that it crippled Houston and every city all the way to Tallahassee and Jacksonville.
Yeah, you were sending me some pictures, and then the traffic stuff was crazy. Everything was locked down, and apparently some 18-wheelers on a real tight budget and had to get their stuff there on time. There was a lot of people on the side of the road with jackknife tractor trailers.
Yeah, it sounds fun. I'm gonna be happy that I live just far enough south where I didn't have to deal with it. So, yeah, but it's cold, man. The heat is on in my house. I've never had the heat on in this place.
So it's 38. 38 where you are right now?
41, but the feels like temperature is 34.
Okay, so
in the middle of the day.
See how close
it's the middle of the freaking day. I can't believe it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. We're 37.
Yeah, we are south of Tampa Bay where it doesn't get cold like this. This is going to be one of those rare days where it doesn't get out of the 40s. And I think tomorrow's going to be like that too. It's just been crazy. Now we are old people. Okay, we've talked about the weather. Should we skip over the doctors or do you want to talk about your doctor?
Well, one
Can
thing
we skip
here,
over that?
I just got on my phone an extreme cold warning in effect. Wind chills will be as low as 7.
Do you have a fireplace?
The high temperature will be, tonight will be 13.
That's fine. Do you have a fireplace?
Yes.
Oh, you're fine then. Just go stand in front of the... Is it gas or is it a real fireplace?
No, it's a real fireplace.
Do you have wood?
Yes. Yeah. We always have that.
Okay. Do you have actual wood or do you have a Duraflame? Are you cheating?
We have a Duraflame for the inside, and the outside one we have regular tree branches and wood.
2 fireplaces. I didn't know your wife was a millionaire.
Yes, we're rich. We are very rich.
How many? Let me ask you this: how many refrigerators?
I should say we are anything because I just got my Social Security check and it's just shy of $1,900.
Yeah,
so I am not rich.
Is that every 2 weeks or every month?
Month.
Okay, that's about what I make. So
and that's after my insurance has been paid.
Oh, that's painful.
Yeah,
painful.
So,
I'm sorry, Mark.
But I do have 0 payments. I have no house payment, no car payment.
You don't have you're not in the motorcycle gang anymore, right?
No. So I have no dues to pay.
You're done with that. You're done with that. So no more motorcycle.
Well, I still have a motorcycle. I still have my Harley.
Do. So
I still own it. Yeah, I'm just not riding with those guys anymore.
I just assume everybody with a Harley is in a gang. No.
You know what my problem is with gang? It's always as it's always been. I have a very small pick of friends that I consider friends. It's like less than 10, and the ones I ride on motorcycle, eventually they're just a little too much for me.
They just start what? They start asking for dues, or they want you to run drugs?
They're a little. I'm just not really into drinking and fighting anymore. I don't know if I ever really was. I've had to fight my way out of places. And I don't do drugs, so it's kind of boring for them.
That doesn't sound fun. None of that sounds fun.
But I just don't like the. I use it this way that you'll understand this reference here. Here's what it's like riding in a group of, and you've seen how big that is. It's like 30, 40 people in a group. It's like Talladega, where the smart people ride in the back, let the wrecks happen, and then be up front towards the end.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it's like the Tail of the Dragon, where a bunch of old men on motorcycles are afraid to go more than 33 miles an hour.
Yeah, not my guys. Not my guys. I was actually aggravating them too. No, they're the guys that are on the Harleys that are trying to make it lay that over on the curves and then scraping their pegs in their side bags.
See, I don't mind that. Wish more of you people would do that. And yes, I said you people.
They have GoPros on their helmets because they've got to record it.
You got to
record
do
your
it for the
death.
gram, as the kids say. Doing it for the gram.
So,
All right.
anyway.
I got nothing else going on, Mark, other than I saw a country music concert. Would you like to know more?
Really?
Me. I did. And even more shocking, it was amazing. One of the best live performances I've ever seen in my life. I'm so glad I went.
Interesting. I've been to country now because I've been ops and a manager of a country station. I would go see free shows and stuff.
Oh no,
But
I've been to
good.
country shows. I went and saw Alabama back in the late '80s in Albany, Georgia. They made me go, and I was really tired, and I had a beer, and I was like 21, and I fell asleep. I'm sitting in the front row, and I fell asleep in the middle of Alabama concert, and then Randy Owen stops the show to make fun of me and get the whole audience to wake me up.
No.
Real funny. Yeah, but no, this was Saturday night. A good friend of mine who has very exceptional musical taste. He called me a few weeks ago and he says, "Hey, I got an extra ticket to Marty Stewart in Clearwater. You got to go with us. You're going to love it."
I know who
I'm
Marty
like,
Stewart is, but I'm not familiar with his music.
He's a country guy from like the 80s.
Yeah,
and I'm like, oh, I kind of remember him from when I worked at that
Yeah.
country station 40 years ago or whenever it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all right. I don't really know his. He's like, just trust me. I've seen him. He saw him at Jazz Fest in New Orleans, and he said his band is worth the price of admission. It's Marty Stewart and the Fabulous Superlatives, and I'm reading about him, and I see that the bass player is the grandson of Earl Scruggs.
Wow.
Yeah, like banjo playing from Hee Haw,
Yes.
Earl Scruggs.
Yes.
Yeah, so he's there.
Royalty.
Amazing bass player, amazing vocalist. The drummer used to play with Lyle Lovett and David Bowie and a bunch of other people. The drummer was exceptionally talented and amazing. Standing up drumming, gets up and plays the guitar, walks around with his snare drum and drum. And the guitar player, equally amazing, played so well. Marty Stewart had his mandolin half the night, and the guitar player switched back and forth between a half a dozen different guitars. They were so tight and so good and so much fun that if you ever get... I didn't know one song except when they were talking about Tom Petty and they did Running Down a Dream. The only song I knew was a Tom Petty song that they did, and every song was great. Then so I went and listened to their albums, and their albums are okay. It wasn't bad, but my God, you have to see them live. I should look and see if they're coming to where the hell you live, New Orleans. Marty Stewart, New Orleans. And you should go if he is coming to your town.
Is it pricey?
Let's see here.
Because I don't want to spend a lot of money for a show that I'm not sure about.
I'm telling you,
right
it
now
was
with concert tickets.
You're in Hawk. Well, maybe you should get on that motorcycle and go rob a store or something. Get back with your gang for a day. I think he may have already played down there. Damn it. Yeah, a lot of this is up north and in Tennessee. He's touring until the end of May. But yeah, I think he's already been through New Orleans.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing it being on the Jazz Fest list either.
No, I don't think he's there. The closest he's coming to you is... how close is Eureka Springs, Arkansas? That sounds close. That sounds like a place I would never go.
Arkansas is right above Louisiana, but I don't know how far that is. But from here to Hot Springs is only 8 hours.
8 hours?
Yeah.
That's a long drive. Well, I don't know if I travel 8 hours to see
but
anybody but widespread.
You just make a night of it. That's all. You just end up going to a hotel somewhere.
Well, he's playing in Eureka Springs, Arkansas on Friday, February 21st. So you have time to plan.
I've driven to Nashville and Birmingham within the last year just to go see an artist.
You know what? That's true. Let's see where this is. Let's see where Eureka Springs, Arkansas is on a map. It's in the Ozarks, so that's good for you old people.
Okay,
because
that's up in the north.
Yeah, because it's pretty close to Branson. Oh, you'll like that, Branson.
Been there.
Yeah, that's like Disneyland for people who can't. It's Vegas for people who can't drink anymore. That's what. Yeah, it's right up on the border of Missouri and Arkansas, or as they say in radio college, Arkansas, for the people who can't read. You would have to take Interstate 49 all the way to the end and then go right.
Oh, 49? Yeah, it's
yeah,
it's a little far. For
All the
someone
way-
I'm not
all the
sure
way to-
about. That's the problem. I'm not sure about.
Well, I mean, what else are you doing with your life? You're retired. Do something.
Well, yeah. I'm going to Kraftwerk, but that's but I'm going to Mobile to go see what's his name? What is his name? Roger McGuinn.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, didn't you send me a thing that Kraftwerk was coming to Orlando or something like that?
Yeah, they're coming to Orlando. Yeah. Roger
God, I hate
McGuinn
Orlando.
is doing a solo thing where it's songs and stories. I'm looking forward to that actually because he's got some good.
Yeah,
music.
that would be really good. I'm looking to see when these guys are coming. I don't see them. Did they already come to Orlando and I missed them?
Oh, I don't know.
I was just in Orlando last week. I had to go to Bob's at Kissimmee. Which is
Kraftwerk
technically-
tickets are for. Let's see here. When is it? Our Kraftwerk ticket is for March 24th at 8:00.
Yeah, I think they've. I think I missed them in Orlando. I missed freaking Elvis Costello tickets too. I'm still pissed.
I saw he was coming around again.
Yeah, I've never seen him. He was on my bucket list and he sold out. I guess I could buy expensive tickets, but I don't want to.
Yeah, there's not a lot of people. Did you notice the 80 people are coming out of the woodwork? Did you notice that?
Well, yeah. That's the we have to leave our kids and grandkids some money tour.
Yeah, there's tons of. There's a pretty good show with it's Toto, Men at Work, and who's the other third one? Toto.
Oh,
Men at Work.
I've seen Colin Hay a couple of times. Is he back with the old band? Is he?
Well, it's a new band, I think, because like the guy that played the sax, he's deceased, and somebody else died too from that band. But if somebody
I gotta
else,
hit up,
pretty good sized bands. I know he was touring by himself, and then he was doing an unplugged show for a while.
I got to hit up one of my radio friends. Weird Al Yankovic is coming to Clearwater in September. If I get those tickets now, I kind of $211 if you want seats. If you want the yard, it's $47.
Yeah,
I do not want the
people
yard.
Are just crazy. Like I was going to go see Rod Stewart's playing in outside of Jackson, Mississippi, and I thought about going the cheap seats. The cheapest seats I could find were about $180. That's without the fees. $180 a piece to see Rod Stewart, and he's like 84 years old. I don't know if he can still do anything anymore.
Yeah, what's he going to do? I think he's going to wheel him out there and have him sing Hot Legs while he sits in his wheelchair?
That's all I want him to do is pay attention to the Faces stuff. Faces, and then his first solo album. And then after that, I'm done. I don't care about Hot Legs. I don't care. Do you think I'm sexy? None of that.
all that 80s crap. He made a lot of money off of that. People want to hear that.
But man, his Every Picture Tells a Story is my favorite album of his.
Yeah, because that came out when you had your first kid.
That came out when I was 8.
Right.
It's the 60s, man. I was a kid in the 60s.
It was the 60s, man. It was me and my bandana and a pack of Winstons, man. Winston's for kids. They were candy cigarettes. I mean, seeing Rod Stewart, man.
All you do is blow.
Candy.
All you do is blow when
Candy,
the smoke comes out, just like my dad.
Oh, dude, I used to love the candy cigarettes and the gum cigarette. The gum cigarettes were way more realistic, where you would just blow through those and a little puff of sugar would come out looking like smoke.
Yeah.
I love that. It's my favorite thing. Oh, the candy cigarettes were the best. Can you imagine what the kids of today would say if they walked into the store and there's just a whole row of candy cigarettes that look just like cigarettes? I mean... That was genius on the cigarette company's part. We're going to groom these kids by getting them to eat these delicious, pure 100% sugar candy cigarettes.
They've been doing that for a long time. I mean, they had cigarettes and everything, and they supplied cigarettes like crazy to actors, and they'd smoke right on set and everything else. And while they're filming, they'd be smoking, and everywhere you went with cigarettes, and it was considered, after a meal, it's like a luxury. Like, would you like a cigarette? I mean, then they got so greedy
TV.
they put crack in it, and that was the end.
Yes. So here's a brief history of candy cigarettes. They were made by many companies, including the Hershey Corporation, World Candies, Necco, Victorious Weeks, and Stark. Tobacco companies also cooperated with candy cigarette manufacturers by allowing them to use their branding. So the freaking candy companies said, "Hey, do you guys mind if we make Pall Mall cigarettes out of candy?" And they were like, No, we're going to get the kids to buy them. We think it's going to be good to get them used to using your product when they turn 12. Yeah, no, go right ahead. Whatever. We'll send the artwork over to you tomorrow. That's exactly how that phone call. It wasn't even a meeting. It was a phone call. God. That's how the world got candy cigarettes.
Hey, I forgot about the chocolate ones. That was actually Hershey's.
Yeah,
I remember they were it's the same white rolling paper.
Yep.
And it had a little bit of powder on it, but when you could open it up and eat the chocolate in there.
Yep. Those were good. I always preferred the gum ones. The gum ones were wrapped up in like just a little bit of wax paper, and you could just kind of right off the end of it, and you see the smoke coming out.
The other one was kind of like
so sophisticated.
What was like a mint, like a chalk kind of candy? Remember?
Yeah. Oh, it was just pure sugar,
and it had the red at the end. The red
little red tip right there. Yeah, and you would eat that last as you would kind of whittle the cigarette down.
The weird thing about it is like you laugh about it now, but honestly, that, as you probably heard me say before, I don't know, I think I told you this before, but the hardest drug I had to quit was cigarettes. And you know how many times I tried to quit. And I think if I'm not mistaken, no, I was smoking when we worked together. But I'd quit for a long time, and then all of a sudden
you were smoking a lot
back again
when we worked together.
Yeah, well, I was a nervous wreck. And somebody told me that
how much were you smoking? Like 2 packs a day?
Probably.
Oh my God! How are you still alive?
And then miscellaneous between Well, here's. I always get a kick at it. We talk about this a lot of times in the small group meetings about cigarettes and stuff like that. It's like, well, you smoke when you're excited. You smoke when you're sad. You smoke when you win something. You smoke when you lose. You smoke before you eat. You smoke after you eat. You smoke before you go to bed. You smoke when you get up. There's not a time that doesn't go, you should have a cigarette. There's no time in the day except for when you're actually sound asleep. And even that is questionable where you don't feel like having a cigarette. Because you can literally, like, you can't just pull out a cake and start eating it for no reason. Right?
I mean, I could. I really like cake.
You can, that's my drug of choice now is cake,
sugar,
and pie, and everything else. Yeah, sugar.
So hold on. Let me ask you this: did you ever just like wake and bake? You like wake up in the morning before you get out of bed and pee. You just light one up.
No, I've never that. But I used to smoke after. I would smoke in the car on the way to work. That's when I smoke. I never smoke. I would in the morning, no, but at home I smoke. Like after dinner, I go out to the porch and smoke.
Yeah, or anytime we played a 7-minute Led Zeppelin song. Where the hell's Mark? Oh, he's out back smoking. Trying to make sure the door's propped open and not getting locked out. That's where Mark is.
And that carried on all the way through till the 2000s. Jesus. I remember when I quit smoking. It was in 2010. It's been.
I did not pick up that habit, which I attribute my current good health to. Is not really smoking, not really drinking. Because
your mom and dad,
according to my doctor, most people put themselves in the hospital or put themselves in the doctor's office by drinking and smoking.
Yeah. Did your mom and dad smoke or no?
Oh yeah, my mom and dad smoked. So did my grandparents. Yeah. Oh, believe me, I have been hotboxed in the car.
Well, you were around it.
Yeah. I was around enough to know that I hated it.
That's excellent.
Hated it. When we were kids, they would have parties on Saturday nights with the neighbors and their friends. And it sucked in the wintertime because we lived outside of Pittsburgh and it'd be freezing cold, like it is right now, freezing cold outside.
Right.
And there's like, a dozen of their friends are in the house. And they're all playing cards and drinking and smoking. The whole house is just fog of cigarette smoke because it's freezing outside. And of course, none of the windows and doors are open. And everybody's just sitting there just smoking. And my brother and sister and I are like cracking open a window just to get some fresh air in the 9-degree weather because it was that bad. And that was one of those, none of us smoked maybe my sister smoked cloves for a little while, but that's about it.
Oh, I remember those.
That's like smoking a whole pack of cigarettes. You smoke one of those.
The artsy smoke. That's the art school kids.
That's her. She's fancy. My little sister is fancy.
Does she still smoke them?
No, she quit that shit years ago. I don't think my mother ever found out about that. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, how old was she when she was smoking those clove cigarettes? I remember those.
Oh, things. She's probably in her 20s and 30s. So what was that? Okay. That's probably at least 20 years ago now.
That's wild. So she never smoked the more cigarettes then?
I don't think so, no.
What was the ones that we used to call it? I don't want to say what we used to call it.
What? Just spell it.
Oh, no, no. Okay, I remember the real name. Now that's why it was sounded so much like the
What? Well, now I got to know.
Virginia Slims.
Well, what did they used to call Virginia Slims? What was the nickname for that?
Yeah, don't you remember? It was like a girl's cigarette.
No, I don't remember that.
What sounds like Virginia?
Oh, Vagina Slims. Okay.
Yes.
I do. It's all coming back to me now. I do remember that. Yeah, and I remember all the black guys smoke Newports. Yeah, I'm starting to remember everything now.
Yeah, and Cool cigarettes too.
Cool. Yep, Cool was another one.
The rednecks smoked Marlboros, Reds.
Right, Marlboros, and old grandpas all smoked Camels and Pall Malls. Because, no filter. I'm close to death anyway. What are you going to do?
Now, my grandparents smoked Benson and Hedges.
Oh, sophisticated people.
Yes. My dad smoked
what part
Salem's.
of the Intracoastal Waterway did they live on?
Boca Raton.
Boca Raton makes so much sense now, Mark. My grandfather would, when I was little, I would go down to the basement with my grandfather, and I would watch him roll his homemade cigarettes out of Prince Albert tobacco.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I knew how to roll a joint before I knew what rolling a joint was. So I may have smoked a little bit in the past, but not cigarettes.
Not that wacky tobacco.
I might have partaken in the devil's lettuce once or twice, but I didn't do it. I never did a whole lot of that stuff. And I quit everything by the time I was in my late 20s and going on 30, because it was one of those like, all right, I don't, because I see so many people who are in there who were older than me that were still smoking weed, and they were just idiots. And I can see that if you smoke weed into your 30s and 40s and 50s, it makes you stupid. And I just didn't want to be like that. I'm like, all right, I'm done smoking that.
Honest to goodness, it was like, I remember I quit in, I think 10th grade or 11th grade. And I said, well, let me look at this. It makes you laugh. It makes you hungry.
Yeah.
And it makes you tired. I can do all three of these things on my own.
I don't need weed for that.
Don't need any help. But
all that stuff is free.
Yes.
The weed is not.
And then I just started selling it instead. And then I got in trouble for that at school. So that's fortunately.
So you thought you just move on to cocaine straight from there.
Fortunately, that was before resource officers. So it was just a dean and a spanking and a stern letter to your parents. That was
man.
Kind of
I think about all the stuff that we did when we were in middle school and high school, and there were no police officers in our school. We had a principal that had a paddle that was from his fraternity, and you were scared shitless of that paddle because
it hurt.
If you messed up, you were going to get it.
And it hurt. It really hurt.
Yeah,
and your parents didn't go there and argue with them about hurting you either.
No, the parents were like, "Wow, how many did you give them?" Well, you think that was enough? That's what the parents would say. They would get upset. Oh, so you beat my kid's ass with a paddle. Well, what did he? Oh, okay. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, no. If he does it again, knock yourself out. Whatever you think he needs. That's what they would do. They didn't care.
Oh, definitely. I mean, it was. Well, the funny thing about it, I don't know if you could get away with it nowadays. Well, you can't, obviously, but it's. I don't know if the young people out there realize, but there was once a time where if a grown-up said you did something, you did it.
Guilty.
Even if they lied, you were going down for the crime.
You are guilty. It was their word against no one's. But no, I didn't. All right. Well, children lie. We all know that children lie. And you, by opening your mouth, are clearly lying.
And I know what you're thinking. Oh, that's not fair. Well, here's what your parents would say once they realized that you didn't do anything. Well, that's for the times we didn't catch you. And guess what? You knew of at least 4 off the top of your head. And they still had 3 coming to you.
Yeah. And now all of us in Gen X have trauma from you boomers.
Yes. Well, no, it's the great generation. Whatever that
dude,
was.
I remember when political correctness started to take over when I was a teen. I was probably 15 or 16. And I didn't realize it at the time, but that was the beginning of the end of everything. when they started censoring the Bugs Bunny cartoons. There was a big uproar about, Daffy Duck, got a shotgun pointed at him by Elmer Fudd, and then Elmer Fudd pulled the trigger and shot Daffy in the face, and his beak spun around. We can't show that on TV. People will think it's okay to shoot each other in the face. Nobody was doing that.
That's cool. He was a hunter, and you're supposed to shoot ducks.
Yes, exactly. And it was funny. And Daffy always took it really well. Every time he got shot in the face, he'd say, "You're despicable." That's taking it like a duck, as we used to say. Yes. But no, they had to censor all that crap. They literally stopped showing the Wabbit season duck season cartoon got edited where they just took that out. Where they would zoom in on it really tight, where you would hear the gun go off, but you wouldn't see Daffy get his face blown off and his beak spin around. And we were all so pissed. We're like, what? You're ruining the cartoons. If we haven't shot anybody in the face by now, chances are we ain't going to shoot anybody in the face. There isn't one instance in recorded history of somebody shooting somebody in the face who wasn't a vice president. That is like literally the only time that somebody shot somebody in the face with a shotgun is when Dick Cheney shot that guy when they were hunting.
That's right.
And he wasn't watching goddamn Bugs Bunny, I can tell you that.
No. It shows you how much they knew, the conservatives back then. They're the ones fighting on it, and the only person that didn't listen was one of their own.
Right. How funny is that?
That's very ironic.
All the people who screamed and bitched and moaned, "We've got to do something to save the children," are the ones actually shooting their friends in the face with shotguns.
Let's take a quick break.
All right. Yeah.
Erica and Mark. The phone call.
Hey, can you do me a favor and say, welcome back to Erica and Mark the phone call? I want to hear what you sound like.
Sure thing. Here we go. Welcome back to Erica and Mark the phone call.
That's my ChatGPT right there. She's Australian now.
I couldn't hear it at all.
She said, welcome back to Erica and Mark the phone call. All right, hold on. Let's go here. Hey, can you say that louder, because Mark is a deaf old man? Go ahead, say it again.
Of course. Here we go. Welcome back to Erica and Mark the phone call.
She yelled it. You can't hear that, can you? It's because she yelled it. I think she muted the mic.
No, I can't hear any of it.
Oh my God, you won't even know how funny that is until you listen back to this phone call. I told her, my friend Mark's a little deaf. Can you say it a little bit louder for Erica? And she yelled, welcome back to Erica and Mark the phone call.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah. Even
AI always trying to be funny.
Even ChatGPT is making fun of you. It's not just me. I feel so much better.
Well, I noticed that people are using AI now to try to be funny with it, a lot. And I see a lot of sports interviews where like a coach will be cursing like crazy about losing the game. But I
subscribe to the fake Mike Tomlin channel on Instagram because it's hilarious. The standard is the standard, and we're going to whoop on that ass and blah, blah. And it sounds just don't look at the mouth. They haven't quite got that down yet. There's so much fun to be had with AI, Mark, and it's going to destroy us all. But at least it's going to be fun for this brief moment in time where we are right now. It's still going to be funny before it kills us all.
Well, AI's got a thing now where they're trying to be funny with matchmaking. And they put
really?
Kim Kardashian with the Pope.
Oh, well, the Pope deserves the best. And, the Pope, one thing I know about Jesus, he needs money. And that's the best way. That's the best way to go.
That's what the Catholics say anyway.
Go straight to the billionaires.
And then who else? Kim Jong-un. Yeah, he's with Taylor Swift.
Supreme leader listening to country music. All right, maybe. I could see it.
And then that guy, I forgot what his name is, the guy from the boy band, Harry Styles. That's it. Harry Styles is with the Prime Minister of Britain.
And this is who, wait.
This is what AI says. And they put Biden with Rihanna.
So this is what AI's matchmaking skills look like right there. That's what they're...
Yes. And then the one I liked the most was the one with, Putin? Putin is with that Greta Van pain in the ass thing, whatever her name was. Greta Van Sputin, something like that.
Sustrin or something.
Yeah,
No.
the one that went, we're all going to die and it's your fault.
Yes. That's all right. You know what? Maybe I'll try an AI-based dating app just to see, just for funsies. I don't like computer dating, but I am not against trying an AI-based computer dating app, just to see. Maybe it'll match it with a fake person that's perfect for me.
Well, there is that too. You know, they do have that now. AI is in the dating business because they're making women and men that are capable of not only talking to you and hearing you, but I think they're also kind of like the sex dolls are now.
Really? I'm not interested. That's all I'm going to say. So that's all I'm going to say.
I'm going to shake. You see me shaking my head at you, right?
Why are you shaking your head at me?
I don't know. I just think that's just wrong.
I didn't say anything other than that I'm not interested.
Get you a girl and be done with it. Real people.
No, I mean...
Real people. That's not somebody
it's just... things are so complicated, man. It's just so much easier if you have a robot. If you could get a robot and you were in my situation, would you?
No.
Come on, you would.
No, because
seriously?
listen, you wait, and then you find the right person. I went and I got lucky, and
you got real lucky.
And it wasn't the first one. It wasn't the first round either. It was.
Look, man, the dating pool is the dating pool is very shallow for a person like me. It's very, very. I'm a little too normal to be in the dating pool, which is why I think AI is perfect for me.
Why do you think it's? What you mean? Because of transgender?
Yeah, nobody wants to date me. The ones that do are, a lot of them are weird. I just don't want to. They're looking for something for like a novelty notch on their belt thing. I don't want that.
Right. Okay, I understand that. That makes sense.
Why not get an AI robot?
I see a lot of transgender people look like they go out with other transgenders.
I don't do that. I don't have that kind of time to go to those meetings.
Yeah.
I have a whole circle of friends. I don't need a whole other circle. I've already got my friend. My friends have happened organically. My friends are my friends.
Yeah. I've seen people talk about that and say, I can't believe the way that and stuff. And I see other people that are okay with themselves, no matter what their choices were. And none of them seem to be wanting to go to meetings and yelling.
No, I don't want to yell about it. And I'm literally living my life. I just want to go live my life and I want to go to dinner. I want to go hang out with my daughter. I want to go to car things with my friends. I'm going to go to concerts. I'm going to go see the Weasel Zappa tomorrow night. I cannot wait to see the Weasel Zappa tomorrow night. And I've already snuck a peek at the set list. And the closing song is one of my favorite Zappa songs. And it's about transgender people. He's done it every show so far. It's called Muffin Man.
Oh,
and Muffin Man is the closing song. I have to stay for Muffin Man because I love that song. But I'm very excited about seeing the Weasel Zappa. 2 concerts in 1 week for me. This is an exciting thing. I don't have time for the transgender meetings, Mark. I'm too busy. I'm
too busy having a life. You're too busy having a life. That's what
I'm going to concerts. I'm going to go to get my nails done with my daughter tomorrow and not tell anybody where I am for a little while. I'm gonna leave work early because I got meet and greet for the Weasel Zappa. So I don't have time, man. I'm very, very busy.
Yeah. Well, the press has done a really bad job of branding you guys because everybody that I know that are not. I should say either not gay friendly or don't understand because they're both about the same. Sometimes they're equal. Always say, all they do is this, and this. And I'm going, no. I have a really good friend that doesn't do any of those things.
Yeah, Erica doesn't do any of that stuff. Erica's too busy thinking about, oh, God, I'm too fat already. I don't need to go to Chick-fil-A again.
And I don't have a daughter. that does that. My daughter's gay. She doesn't do all that stuff.
No, because your daughter's a person living her life.
She's comfortable with who she is, and that's the end of it.
Yeah.
It's the only time you go to meetings and cause crap is when you're just not comfortable in yourself, and that's on you. That's not on anybody else. No one has to validate. Trust me, from a person that needed to be validated all my life, you will find much more freedom if you just validate yourself and move on.
I don't know how much I can talk about that. I drive a Porsche with a bunch of Martini Racing stickers all over.
Don't. Yeah, well, look, I'm driving around in a Harley. I got it's the same thing. It's like I like having cool things and stuff like that, but it doesn't. That's not your identity. That's not who you are. You're just a person, and that's
I just like Porsches.
The identity issues are stupid because you are just who you are. Period.
Right.
And that's the end of it. That's your identity. There's no group of it. Because everybody's an individual, period. Even inside a group, everyone's different.
Well, I mean, there's always been cliques, and everybody needs to label everything, and that's I think that's just human nature, and you have to accept that I don't know what everyone else is thinking, even though I think I'm really good at getting into other people's heads, and it's not up to me to decide if you're living your life the right way. That's who has that kind of time to go through all those hoops, Mark? Do you know anybody who has that kind of time?
No, and I tried to have that much time, and it led me to dope. Because I so bad wanted to fit in, and I was feeling so bad about myself because I felt like I didn't fit in anywhere. I wasn't a jock. I wasn't a nerd. I wasn't this. I wasn't that. I was just me.
Hey there.
And I was the 8th grader and 9th grader that was listening to metal, and back then people listened to pop. Right? And pop wasn't what we're talking about now. Pop back then was like Led Zeppelin and then Helen Reddy right after it.
Helen Reddy you went for.
Well, I was trying to think of somebody else. It's like
name one Helen Reddy song. Name a Helen Reddy
I Am
song.
Woman.
Oh my God, he did it.
But anyway, that's the only one I really know, but I'm sure there's more. But I mean, like I usually my go-to is always Paper Lace.
Paper
the
Lace.
Night Chicago Died.
Do I know that song?
See, no, you're too young. You're about 10 years out of that market.
Yeah,
but in that time, it was AM radio, and then you would hear Crocodile Rock by Elton John, and then you would hear Heaven Must Be Missing an Angel by Tavares from the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack, and then it was Black Dog by Led Zeppelin. It was literally all over the road. I mean, it was everywhere. I mean, that was pop music, but the deep cut stuff, like the Robin Trowler, the prog rock stuff, like Yes and stuff. Those songs that were like 30 minutes long, so they never made it to the radio because no matter how much you tried to cut Yes roundabout, you could only get it as low as 6 minutes, and that was too long for radio.
Ah, okay.
See what I mean? But that's the stuff I liked. I would go to Sid's.
Right.
You remember, was Sid's Records and Tapes available when you were in Fort Lauderdale?
I don't know. No, I don't know what that is.
It was on Oakland Park Boulevard and 41.
Peaches is the only record store I remember from back in the day.
That Peaches put Sid's out of work. But Sid's was like a record and head shop. Like you could literally get a bong and your Grateful Dead album in the same store.
You could buy one hitters at Peaches for a while.
Oh, did they have that too?
Yeah. There was a record store in Bradenton that my parents didn't know I was going to when we first moved here when I was 16. It was called Peace Chief, and that was where I bought my first CD. I bought my first my first 2 CDs when I first got my CD player in '85 or '86. First CD was what was it? It was it Jimmy? It was Jimi Hendrix. It was a double album of like all of Jimi Hendrix's songs, and then I bought the new Boston Third Stage CD. So those are my first 2 because that had just come out. So I had to have that. But I didn't know. I wasn't smoking weed when I was in high school. I knew people that did it, but I didn't know anything about it because I wasn't really exposed to it. But that whole place was half head shop and half record store. Now that I think back, they had a whole countertop of one-hitters and bongs and hookahs and papers and tie-dye shirts and all kinds of stuff.
Sid's
They were
had,
selling like
they had-
hemp hoodies.
They even had what you needed to become a dealer. It had scales and bags. And everything else.
Yeah, they had all that stuff. I did, dude. That crap went right over my head. I guess I am living proof of if you're around it, you're not necessarily going to get involved in it, because I was kind of oblivious to it. Says, no, man, I'm here to look at the records, and you guys are getting CDs. I'm going to come buy some CDs from you. That's all I cared about. Oh, and you guys have a couple of cool T-shirts back there. Maybe I'll get a T-shirt.
Well, I went to high school, and that's why I found out about pot, because there were some potheads, and they were kind of cool, and that's why I got interested in hanging out with them. Wanted a group to hang around with. But when I
Wrong
was
crowd,
a kid,
Mark.
going to Sid's, I was getting, they had 45s back there, and then the albums, and I was buying either 45s. When I was younger, it was 45s, but I would go right to the counter where they had all that other stuff, and I just here's my dollar, and get 2 quarters back for the 50 cents for a 45, and then I bought like records like Jimi Hendrix's Crash Landing, which was one of the last things put out. I think he had it recorded before he passed. And
they had so much
kinds of
stuff for Jimi Hendrix after.
And I got
he died,
so deep, so deep of stuff. And I didn't even know where I was getting this from, but I would just I would hear it or I'd see it on Don Kirshner rock concert or one of those things, and I go, oh, I got to have this album.
Oh, it's a gateway drug, the rock music. Gateway.
Yes.
Gateway led you to drugs, Mark. That's what happened. We figured it out. It was Don Kirshner.
I can always blame it on something now, but I just kind of take it on my own and say, oh, well, that's what you get, dude.
All right, this has been Drug Talk with Erica and Mark, and let's have ChatGPT take us to a break here and see if you can do it. Let's see. Can you do this? No. Man, I'm trying to get it to talk, and it's not cooperating. All right, I'm just going to verbally tell it what to say here. Hey, can you say really loud for maybe somebody who's hard of hearing? We'll be right back, and we're going to wrap up Erica and Mark right after this message. Say it just like that, but really loud, like I'm deaf. Let's see. It's thinking.
I can't actually speak out loud, but you can use this exact phrasing with a text-to-speech tool.
Oh, my God. You let me down again. You did it the last time. I'll just say it for free. We'll be right back.
Erica and Mark. The phone call.
All right, that's again with that AI. I don't hear it.
I'm done.
Right?
I'm done messing with AI for the day.
Okay.
And unless it wants to date me, then we'll talk. What? What are you laughing at? It's the future, Mark. It's the way with the future.
I just can't.
You're lucky. You found your somebody. Your forever somebody.
Yes.
I didn't. So I'm down to AI now, Mark. That's where my life is.
Well, you could try one more last thing. What I did.
What's that? Oh, pray for it?
Yes.
That's not going to work, Mark. I don't know.
That did for me.
Did it though, or did you just get lucky?
No, prayer.
All right, prayer. All right, who do I have to pray to? Can I just pick one? Does it matter?
No, this is not it's not Catholicism.
There's a lot of them, Mark. Which one?
The
do I
main
pick?
guy.
There's like 5,000.
God the Father.
God the Father. No, my dad's dead. He died 15 years ago.
All right,
is that
God.
true?
Just dear God.
Yeah, it's God. It's 15 years
Dear
ago.
God, I would like to have someone in my life.
I don't think that he is taking my calls right now, Mark. Capital H.
Still loves you. He loves you like you would never
All
believe.
right, Mark. This moment of prayer has been brought to you by AI.
I'll pray
Brought
for you,
us to
okay?
this
Just
moment.
wait. I have to pray for you.
All right. Pray that AI finds me someone that is compatible.
Spy.
You know what? Maybe that's your mission in life, to witness to AI, to see if you can convert AI into believing in God. I'm serious. Seriously.
We may have to try that experiment, see what happens.
I think this is a good thing for you to do, and I want you to actually do this. Unlike all the other things I tell you to watch and do that you don't do, I want you to actually do this. I want you to get the AI, which is already on your phone, and see if you can get it to believe in God. See if you can get it to pray with you.
Okay.
That sounds like I'm very interested to see what these results are if you can make this happen.
I'll try it.
All right. Should we wrap this up here? We're coming up on a hard break right now.
Yes.
The
I'll
clock
see you
is
later.
ticking, buddy. I got to pee is what it really is.
All right. Have a good one, man.
You too, man. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Bye.
Erica and Mark. The phone call.